The Golden Raspberry Awards, or Razzies, celebrate the worst in film. They have their own Worst Picture award, and have been running since 1980. Here are all the films that have been awarded Worst Picture by the Razzies. 1980s musical flop, Can't Stop the Music inspires new award show, the Razzies. Publicist John J.B. Wilson and his friends were shocked by the film's poor quality, leading them to create the Golden Raspberry Awards. Can't Stop the Music was the first winner, and the Razzies have continued ever since. In 1981, Faye Dunaway starred as Joan Crawford in Mommy Dearest, a movie based on a tell-all book by one of Crawford's daughters. Despite the serious subject matter, the film became a comedic disaster that people laughed at. Follow MSN for more entertainment content. A 1982 movie about the Korean War called Incheon has been forgotten by many. Funded by Sun Myung Moon, it starred Laurence Olivier but was a huge flop and received little attention. 1983 film, The Lonely Lady, starring Pia Zadora, received negative reviews and would have been forgotten if not for the Razzies. Zadora's Golden Globe win was allegedly through bribes from her then-husband Meshulam Riklis. Follow MSN for more entertainment content. The notorious 1984 film, Bolero, starring Bo Derek and directed by her husband, John, won multiple Razzie Awards. Critics dubbed Derek's acting skills as less than perfect, giving the film some additional negative attention. In 1985, Rambo, First Blood Part 2, was released, a sequel to a successful film with a big budget and a lot of stars. The movie features Sylvester Stallone as a de facto superhero with a gun in an overwrought war film. Despite being nominated for Worst Picture at the Razzie Awards, the film remains a popular classic. 1986 saw a tie for Worst Picture at the Razzie Awards, between the Prince movie Under the Cherry Moon and Howard the Duck. While Howard the Duck is known for its infamy, Under the Cherry Moon showed that Prince's acting skills weren't quite on par with his musical talents. Fewer people vote for the Razzies than the Oscars, making ties a little more common. In 1987, a movie called Leonard Part 6 was released starring Bill Cosby. Despite not having any prequels, the movie beat out others at the box office. However, because of recent events, it is not as enjoyable to criticize now. Check out more entertainment content on MSN. In 1988, Tom Cruise starred in the movie Cocktail, which may not be invulnerable to criticism. While some consider it cheesy fun, others think it deserves a spot on the list due to its use of the popular Beach Boys song, Kokomo. The fifth film in the Star Trek franchise, The Final Frontier, was directed by William Shatner but left fans wanting. The cast members, aged over 20 years since the original show, were also showing their age. Follow MSN for exclusive entertainment content. 1990 Razzies double winner, Andrew Dice Clay in The Adventures of Ford Fairlane and Donald Trump in Ghosts Can't Do It, he won Worst Supporting Actor. The latter is a John and Bo Derek collaboration. #Razzies, #movies, #celebrities. 1991's Worst Picture was Hudson Hawk, an action comedy featuring Bruce Willis. Despite its lameness, it was up against two all-time awful movies, Cool as Ice and Nothing But Trouble. Follow MSN for exclusive entertainment content. Shining Through, a forgettable World War II drama starring Michael Douglas and Melanie Griffith, has slipped into obscurity. Griffith, the most nominated actress in Razzie history, gives an unremarkable performance. Check out a ranking of every Tom Cruise movie. In 1993, the film Indecent Proposal caused a stir. Despite its cultural impact, it's considered a sleazy film and a contender for the Razzies. The Golden Raspberry Awards have a dislike for erotic thrillers and sexy movies. Check out more entertainment on MSN. In 1994, an erotic thriller/murder mystery film titled Color of Night was released, starring Bruce Willis. It became one of the most rented VHS movies of 1995, potentially due to its reputation for steamy sex scenes. The 90s were not Willis's decade for Razzies. 1995's Showgirls, a quintessential Razzies movie, directed by the insane Paul Verhoeven, is pure sleaze and ended Elizabeth Berkley's film career before it even started. Follow MSN for more exclusive entertainment content. In 1996, Demi Moore starred in Striptease, a movie that gained a lot of attention for her role as a stripper. Despite the buzz, the film didn't impress and received criticism, even being nominated for Razzie Awards. Check out the 25 best anime movies too. In 1997, Kevin Costner's movie, The Postman, won the award for Worst Picture, beating out Waterworld and Showgirls. Follow MSN for more exclusive entertainment news. In 1998, a movie titled An Alan Smithee Film, Burn Hollywood Burn, won the Razzie Award for Worst Picture, beating out big names like Armageddon, The Avengers, Godzilla, and Spice World. Alan Smithee is a name used when directors want their names removed from a movie. In 1999, Will Smith starred in Wild Wild West, which turned out to be a disaster and his career has never fully bounced back. It was his first real flop after his successful movies Independence Day and Men in Black. Follow MSN for more exclusive entertainment content. Today we're talking about a movie that is widely considered one of the worst of all time, Battlefield Earth. Starring John Travolta, this disaster of a film is based on a book by L. Ron Hubbard, the founder of Scientology. If you're a movie buff, you'll want to hear about this classic disaster. In 2001, a movie called Freddy Got Fingered was released and it was considered one of the worst movies ever made. Starring Tom Green, who was not an actor or a comedian, the movie was a big fail and got a lot of negative reactions from critics and audiences. This was not the only bad movie of the year, as Battlefield Earth was also released and considered to be a disaster. In 2002, two pop stars made their acting debuts in Worst Picture nominees. Britney Spears starred in Crossroads, while Madonna starred in Swept Away, directed by her then-husband Guy Ritchie. Both films were considered major flops. In 2003, Ben Affleck and Jennifer Lopez starred in the infamous flop, Gili. Critics and audiences alike panned the film, making it a prime target for the Razzies. Follow MSN for more entertainment news. In 2004, the movie Catwoman was released and quickly became known as one of the worst movies ever made. However, what made it famous was when Halle Berry, who had just won an Oscar, showed up to accept her award for Worst Actress at the Razzies. She had fun with it and won over even more fans. In 2005, Jenny McCarthy appeared in the movie Dirty Love, which was panned by critics. Despite the negative reviews, it's still better than being known as an anti-vaxxer, which McCarthy is known for. Follow MSN for more entertainment content. Basic Instinct 2 was a poorly made sequel that received harsh criticism in 2006. Even star Sharon Stone couldn't save it from being panned, especially as it came just 2 years after her last poorly received movie, Catwoman. Lindsay Lohan's attempt at an edgy movie with I Know Who Killed Me in 2007 proved to be a failure, furthering her decline in Hollywood. Playing dual roles, including that of a stripper, couldn't save her career from sliding into obscurity. Check out our exclusive entertainment content on MSN. Mike Myers, beloved for Wayne's World, and Austin Powers, squandered goodwill with the awful The Love Guru in 2008. The movie was so bad that it seemed to hinder Myers' career in comedy. Transformers: Revenge of the Fallen, deemed Worst Picture at Razzies in 2009, beating Sandra Bullock's All About Steve. Despite being one of many poor entries into the Transformers series, this film stood out as the only winner of the Worst Picture nod at the Razzies. Follow MSN for more entertainment exclusives. M. Night Shyamalan's 2010 film, The Last Airbender, is being dubbed as his lowest point. The film is criticized for its lack of excitement and fails to live up to the director's previous successes like The Sixth Sense. Check out more forgettable comic book movies on our website. In 2011, Adam Sandler starred in Jack and Jill, a comedy hated by the Razzies. Sandler has a reputation for making lazy movies that feel like an excuse for a vacation with his friends. In the movie, Sandler plays dual roles, including dressing in drag to play his own character's sister. Check out more exclusive entertainment content on MSN. Final installment of popular Twilight saga wins Worst Picture at 2012 Razzie Awards. 4 films in total nominated over the years, but only the last one got the win. Some see it as a Lifetime Achievement Award. Movie 43" is a disaster of a comedy film released in 2013 with 14 different directors contributing to this anthology movie. Despite the number of directors, not one of them managed to create a funny or entertaining movie. The film is a Worst Picture winner and considered one of the worst movies of all time. In 2014, Kirk Cameron and a director released Saving Christmas, trying to bring religion back to the holiday. It argues a war on Christmas despite not existing and tries to connect every modern custom to the Bible with no luck. Critics call it a poorly made film with a dubious message. In 2015, Fantastic Four and 50 Shades of Grey hit theaters, but despite their source material, both films were described as dull and tedious. Despite being a superhero action movie and an erotic drama, they somehow failed to captivate audiences. Follow MSN for more exclusive entertainment content. Controversial conservative filmmaker Dinesh D'Souza's Hillary's America is a reprehensible and poorly made movie, according to critics. The film, which attempts to uncover the supposed secret history of the Democratic Party, is being called disingenuous and morally bankrupt. The Emoji Movie is a comedy set in the world of phones about emojis, featuring a lot of product placement. While it may seem entertaining, it's actually just goofy nonsense, similar to Wreck-It Ralph, but much worse. Stay tuned to MSN for more entertainment news. In 2018, a new movie featuring Sherlock Holmes and Dr. Watson was released called Holmes and Watson. While there have been good movies made about the detective duo and good comedies from actors Will Ferrell and John C. Reilly, this film was not a winning combination. It was filled with terrible jokes and disappointing performances, leaving audiences wanting more from the talented cast. The movie Cats was a fascinating disaster and weirdest major motion picture ever. Poor special effects even left Judi Dench's wedding ring visible. Critics have deemed it the worst picture of the year, despite its star-studded cast. Follow MSN for more entertainment content. 2020, Absolute Proof, is a controversial documentary produced by One American News Network and directed by Mike Lindell, the Pillow Guy. The film suggests that Joe Biden didn't actually win the 2020 presidential election. While inept and unknown, it could be hazardous. Coming in 2021, Diana, the musical, on screen. But, unlike Hamilton, this adaptation has questionable songs and a bizarre plot. The film has even become a meme and won a Razzie Award. Keep following for more entertainment news.